Unmasking Your True Self, a guide to shadow work. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most transformative, yet often intimidating, practices on the path to self-discovery: shadow work. Have you ever reacted strongly to something, only to wonder why? Felt like you're self-sabotaging? Or noticed patterns repeating in your life that you just can't break free from? Chances are, you're experiencing the subtle, yet powerful, influence of your shadow self. We're going to bravely explore what the shadow is, why confronting it is absolutely necessary for true growth, and most importantly, how to actually do shadow work in a safe, compassionate, and effective way. This isn't about becoming perfect. It's about becoming whole. Get ready to meet parts of yourself you never knew existed, and in doing so, unlock immense personal power. Let's begin. What is the shadow? To understand shadow work, we first need to define the shadow. This concept was popularized by the Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, who described the shadow as everything existing in our unconscious that our conscious ego doesn't want to identify with. Think of it as the dark side of our personality, not in an evil sense, but as the parts we deem unacceptable, whether due to societal norms, parental disapproval, or our own judgments. It's where we hide our perceived flaws, weaknesses, undesirable urges, traumas, and even our unused potential and repressed strengths. The shadow forms early in life. As children, we learn what's good and bad. We suppress anything that gets us reprimanded, causes shame, or doesn't fit the image of who we think we should be. These banished traits don't disappear. They simply go into the unconscious shadow realm, influencing us from behind the scenes. Why is shadow work necessary? So, why bother shining a light on these hidden parts? Because what we resist persists. Ignoring the shadow doesn't make it go away. It makes it more powerful. The cost of avoiding shadow work is immense. Projection. This is the most common manifestation. We see our own unacknowledged flaws or qualities in others, often reacting with intense criticism, judgment, or anger. If something in another person really triggers you, it's often a mirror of something in your own shadow. Self-sabotage and integrated shadow aspects can unconsciously undermine our goals, relationships, and happiness. We might fear success, sabotage good relationships, or procrastinate endlessly because a hidden part of us believes we don't deserve it or aren't capable. Repetitive patterns. Ever wonder why you keep attracting the same type of relationship, or getting into the same arguments? Your unaddressed shadow aspects are often playing out these unresolved patterns. Emotional outbursts and mood swings. When the pressure builds, suppressed emotions can erupt unexpectedly, leading to disproportionate anger, sadness, or anxiety. Lack of authenticity. Living solely from our light side means we're constantly wearing a mask, leading to exhaustion, feeling disconnected from ourselves, and a deep sense of inauthenticity. The benefits of shadow work. While challenging, the rewards of shadow work are truly life-changing. It's not about eradicating the shadow. It's about integrating it, making the unconscious conscious. This leads to authenticity. You become more real and comfortable in your own skin, no longer needing to hide parts of yourself. This is true self-acceptance. Increased personal power. By reclaiming banished aspects, you regain immense energy and strength. What you once saw as a weakness can be transformed into a powerful asset. Enhanced empathy and compassion. Understanding your own shadow helps you understand others' struggles, leading to deeper empathy, less judgment, and richer relationships. Breaking cycles. You stop projecting, self-sabotaging, and repeating old patterns, finally gaining true freedom over your life. Emotional stability. By processing suppressed emotions, you experience fewer unexpected outbursts and greater emotional resilience. Creativity and vitality. The shadow also holds repressed creativity and vitality. Integrating it can unleash new inspiration and energy. Wholeness and inner peace. Ultimately, shadow work leads to a profound sense of wholeness. where all parts of you are seen, accepted, and integrated, fostering deep inner peace. Before we dive into the how, it's crucial to establish a safe and compassionate mindset. Shadow work is not a race, and it's not about self-punishment. Think of yourself as a kind archaeologist exploring ancient ruins. Self-compassion is key. Approach yourself with kindness and understanding. There's a reason these parts were hidden. Acknowledge that the younger you did the best they could to survive. No judgment. Create a safe space. Ensure you have a quiet, undisturbed environment. You might want to light a candle, play calming music, or have a comforting blanket nearby. This is sacred inner work. Patience and gentleness. Don't force anything. The shadow reveals itself when it feels safe to do so. Go at your own pace. Sometimes a little bit is enough for one session. Have a support system, optional if you're tackling particularly sensitive material. Having a trusted friend, partner, or therapist you can talk to afterwards can be incredibly helpful. Ground yourself before and after each session. Take deep breaths, feel your feet on the ground, or do a quick meditation. This helps bring you back to the present moment. Step 1. Identify your triggers. Our triggers are like neon signs pointing directly to our shadow. When something upsets you disproportionately, or makes you intensely angry, sad, or insecure, there's likely an integrated shadow aspect at play. Exercise. Over the next week, become a trigger detective. Carry a small notebook or use your phone's notes app. Whenever you feel a strong negative emotional reaction to a comment, a news story, a specific behavior in someone else, or even something you do yourself, pause. Write it down. What was the trigger? What was the specific emotion? How intense was it? What was the first thought that came to mind? Example: my friend interrupted me again. I felt furious. I thought, they always dismiss me. Don't judge the reaction. Just observe it. This practice creates a gap between the trigger and your response, giving you power. Later, review your list. Look for patterns. These patterns will illuminate the hidden beliefs or banished parts that are seeking your attention. Step 2. Explore your projections, what you see in others. As we discussed, projection is seeing your own unacknowledged traits in others. This can manifest in two ways: what you intensely criticize in others, and what you intensely admire. Exercise. Think of a person you intensely dislike or criticize regularly. What specific qualities or behaviors bother you the most about them? Example: my boss is so arrogant and controlling. Now, honestly ask yourself, where do I exhibit some version of this trait, even subtly? Or where am I afraid that I possess this trait? Example: sometimes I can be arrogant when I'm insecure, trying to overcompensate, and I actually want more control in my own life. The goal isn't self-blame, but self-awareness. Often, what we judge most harshly in others is what we've repressed most harshly in ourselves. Do the same for someone you intensely admire. What qualities do you find inspiring? Example: I admire my mentor's confidence and assertiveness. Ask, where do I have the seed of this quality within me, even if it's underdeveloped or suppressed? This is your golden shadow, powerful, positive traits you've disowned but yearn to express. Step 3. Journaling prompts for shadow exploration. Journaling is one of the safest and most effective ways to communicate with your shadow. It allows for unfiltered expression. Prompts to try. If my shadow could speak directly to me, what would it say? What does it want me to know? What emotions do I consistently avoid feeling or expressing? Example: anger, sadness, fear, joy, vulnerability. What did my parents' guardians' society teach me was bad about myself? What aspects of myself do I hide from others? Why? What's the worst thing someone could say about me that would hit close to home? If I were truly free and had no consequences, what unacceptable desires would I express? What's a trait I dislike in myself that might actually be a strength in disguise? Example being stubborn could be persistent. Write continuously without judgment. The goal is to uncensor your inner voice. Step 4. Active imagination and dream work. Jung believed the shadow often communicates through symbols, especially in dreams and through active imagination. Exercise. Active imagination. Find a quiet, safe space. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths to relax. Imagine a door in your mind. This is the door to your unconscious. Invite your shadow to appear, perhaps as a figure, an animal, or even a symbol. Don't force it. Let whatever comes.
Come?
Ask it questions. What do you need from me? What message do you have? Why are you here? Listen for answers, or observe its actions. Engage with it as a separate entity. Thank it for appearing. Afterward, journal about the encounter. What did you see, hear, feel? What was the message? Dream work. Start a dream journal. The shadow often appears as threatening figures, monsters, or even dislikable people in your dreams. Pay attention to recurring themes or characters. Ask yourself, what part of me might this dream character represent? Remember, everything in a dream is ultimately a part of yourself. Step 5. Embracing your negative traits. This is where the magic happens. Many traits we deem negative are simply strengths that have been repressed, misused, or underdeveloped. Exercise. Take one negative trait you've identified in your shadow, e.g.,
I'm too angry. I'm selfish. I'm lazy.
Now, reframe it. How could this trait be a strength in a different context, or if channeled differently? Anger could be righteous indignation, boundary setting, or the power to fight for justice. Selfishness could be healthy self-care, strong boundaries, or knowing your own needs. Laziness could be an indication that you need rest, or that you're waiting for the right moment to act, like a cat. Or perhaps you're being asked to conserve energy for something truly meaningful. Control freak could be a desire for order, excellence, or proactive planning. By reframing, you begin to see these aspects not as flaws to be eradicated, but as raw materials to be honed and integrated into your conscious, empowered self. Step 6. The unacceptable and the golden shadow. This step acknowledges the two extremes of the shadow. The unacceptable. Sometimes, the shadow reveals truly uncomfortable or dark aspects, intense rage, jealousy, violent thoughts, or deeply buried traumas. It's crucial not to judge these. They are often reactions to pain or survival mechanisms. The goal isn't to act on them, but to acknowledge their presence, understand their root, and integrate the energy they hold. Example: the energy of rage can be transformed into the power to create change. If these are overwhelming, this is a clear sign to seek professional help. The golden shadow. This is arguably the most exciting part. These are the powerful, positive qualities you've disowned or haven't fully embodied, often out of fear of standing out, being too powerful, or being judged. Are you secretly brilliant but play dumb? Are you a natural leader but avoid responsibility? Do you yearn to be creative but tell yourself you're not artistic? Exercise. Identify one golden quality you've repressed. How can you consciously invite it into your life this week? Take one small action to express it. Integrating the shadow. Moving towards wholeness. Shadow work isn't a one-and-done event. It's an ongoing process of integration. It's about bringing the unconscious into conscious awareness and accepting all parts of yourself. Practice conscious choice. Once aware of a shadow aspect, you gain the power of choice. Instead of reacting unconsciously, you can choose a different response. You transform from victim to empowered creator. Self-acceptance. This is the ultimate goal. Not just tolerating your flaws, but truly accepting that they are part of the rich tapestry of who you are. This acceptance creates inner peace. Living authentically. As you integrate, you naturally become more authentic. Your actions align with your true self, not just the acceptable persona. Compassion for others. Understanding your own inner complexities naturally makes you more compassionate and less judgmental towards others. Knowing everyone carries a shadow. Common pitfalls and how to avoid them. Shadow work can be intense, and it's easy to stumble. Be aware of these common pitfalls. Overanalysis, intellectualization. Don't just think about it. Feel it. The shadow lives in the realm of emotion and instinct, not just logic. Self-blame, shame. This defeats the purpose. The shadow formed out of protection. There's nothing wrong with you for having one. Embrace curiosity, not shame. Rushing the process. Take your time. Small, consistent steps are far more effective than trying to tackle everything at once, which can be overwhelming. Victim mentality. While acknowledging past pain is crucial, avoid getting stuck in a victim narrative. Shadow work is about taking responsibility for your present reactions and choices. Expecting perfection, you won't become shadow-free. The goal is integration, not eradication. New shadow aspects can emerge throughout life, and that's normal. When to seek professional help. This is vital. While much shadow work can be done independently, some aspects are best explored with professional guidance. If you uncover severe trauma, example, abuse, neglect, severe loss, that feels overwhelming to process alone. If you experience intense emotional distress, panic attacks, severe depression, or suicidal thoughts. If you find yourself constantly cycling in negative patterns without making progress, or if your shadow work leads to increased anxiety or instability. A qualified therapist, counselor, or Jungian analyst can provide a safe, structured environment and tools to navigate these deeper, more complex territories. There is no shame in seeking support. It is a sign of immense strength and self-awareness. Conclusion and final encouragement. Shadow work is not about banishing the darkness. It's about acknowledging, understanding, and ultimately integrating it into your whole being. It's a journey from fragmentation to wholeness, from unconscious reaction to conscious creation. It takes courage to face these hidden parts, but on the other side of that discomfort lies immense personal power, radical self-acceptance, and a profound sense of inner peace. You are not just the light, you are the beautiful, complex interplay of both light and shadow, and that is where your true authenticity resides. Embrace the journey. Be patient. Be kind to yourself. And remember, the bravest thing you can do is to truly know yourself. What part of shadow work resonates most with you? What's one small step you're willing to take today? Share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Let's create a supportive community for this transformative work. If this guide helped illuminate your path, please hit that like button, share this video with anyone on their journey of self-discovery, and subscribe for more deep dives into personal growth and spiritual evolution. Until next time, embrace your whole, incredible self.